Hello everybody, Caden here today with another episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, and today we are here to do a bit more stuff. Mainly, well this episode at least, we're gonna try and rebuild the Ceratosaurus exhibit a bit to make it look a little bit nicer than it currently does. Now, I think I mentioned last episode, this is something I meant to do before the world download went out. Speaking of which, I hope you're all enjoying that. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the world, I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna work on this episode, kind of get it rebuilt, taken apart, fixed up, and maybe we'll hatch another Ceratosaurus in today. I was actually gonna work on building a new exhibit today, but I kind of decided against it because, well, I realized, like I've been saying, there's some exhibits around here I kind of want to finish up first because I've had a lot of new ideas for them, and I've had a lot of new ideas on how big I want exhibits to be. And a lot of them do not meet my specifications anymore, so... and wow, my voice is really going. Dang. Granted, I don't really think I've talked much today, so that kind of explains it. Anyway, I went on a bit of mining beforehand, and we got ourselves about a stack and a half of biofossil, which isn't too bad. So we're just gonna run into here real quick. And let's just divvy it up real quick. Actually, you know what? We can just put them all in one. We'll just stick them in like this and like that, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, we're gonna go sleep real quick, and then I'll kind of go over what we're gonna do, and we'll cut into whatever we need to do. Man, it's been interesting. I've been running around the world a lot today, kind of like trying to figure out what odd jobs I kind of want to work on. So I mean, the main one, I think there's a bed in the what is it? The storage room isn't there? I believe there is for sure. Anyway, I made like one revelation and then like a couple of plans on stuff I want to do. Wow, that is a bright moon. So today we're gonna work on the Ceratosaurus exhibit. I think next episode I would like to work on Triceratops, and after Triceratops possibly Ankylosaurus, and then maybe Gallimimus. And once we've kind of finished up these like little rebuilds I want to do, we'll then probably move on to our next new creature, which will be the Diplodocus, actually, which should be really, really cool. Anyway, if we come over here real quick, I kind of just want to give you guys a general idea of what I'm thinking before we start doing anything. And so if we look at the exhibit now, it's tiny. It really is. I mean, well, I think it's also I feel like it looks a lot larger than it is on the map. It's about, I think on the map it's about the same size as the Dilophosaurus or the Ankylosaurus. The thing the map doesn't say though is that there's a good chunk of the middle of the exhibit over here that is literally just a hill they can't go up. So most of the exhibit actually isn't usable, and I've realized that. And I'm not really a big fan of this. I don't like the fact that, you know, you can't really use most of the enclosures, so I want to fix that. I want to get rid of two specific things with the exhibit that we've kind of gotten rid of everywhere else. As we look around and you see every single exhibit, what do you notice? Especially with the newer ones we're building, namely the Platybelodon and the Gastornis, is the exhibits I'm definitely straying away from these box shapes, which is what this is. It's what even the Stegosaurs used to be. It's what the Therizinosaurs currently have. These box-shaped exhibits. I don't really want to have it be a box anymore. So what I'm thinking is, we actually have a bit of a cliff here that I built a while ago to kind of improve the look of the exhibit. It didn't really do the job I wanted it to, which is unfortunate. But what I'm thinking is, we could actually just kind of bring this cliff out a bit more. Link the pathway, or the fence going up over the hill. So we'll include the hill in their exhibit, and then change this up a bit. We might even bring a fence along here. We're gonna maybe even bring the path forward a tiny bit. I'm not quite sure yet. And definitely maybe like starting right here, bring it out a bit more in this direction. Enough. The old reason I didn't have it that way actually was because, I mean, if we look down here, it's the Dinosaurs, but the Pachycephalosaurus exhibit actually used to come up to like right here. So, you know, like we kind of had to leave this fence where it was, but I really want to change that. Also, we only have one last Ceratosaurus, so hopefully I want to just spend a bit of time and maybe get, at the very end of the episode at least, try and get ourselves another Ceratosaurus or two, because we had 3 to start with, and now we only have 1, so it'd be nice to repopulate the exhibit a bit. I might also get rid of the lake or at least change it. I'm thinking like I wanna get things to look a bit more like how the Brachiosaurus exhibit does. Kind of like for a frame of reference, that's what I'm thinking. So anyway, I'm gonna get started on this and then I'll bring you guys back when I've made a bit of progress. All right, guys, so I made a bit of progress here. I just basically removed all of the trees from the area, so we got rid of all the spruce trees, so I kind of had a better idea of what we're dealing with here. And I'm kind of thinking, so... Also, I moved the Ceratosaurus out. He's actually... Well, see, the problem with the little Ceratosaurus over here is that he is not tamed to me. He isn't tamed, so I managed to drag him out with a lead, which he is now tied to this fence pole. There's a sheep here. Also, there were a ridiculous amount of pigs on that hill, and I killed them all, so now I have a ton of, well, food, which is awesome. Anyway, so now that we've kind of got like the area opened up a bit more, so I'm thinking probably starting about here. The fence is gonna head on diagonally till maybe around this area, pull on back, and then we'll probably have to fill in this hill here. We'll probably pull back to around here, kind of go up the top of the hill, and then once we've reached the top of the hill, maybe go back around this top point here, but that's before it turns into a cliff. Maybe bring it back and then angle it, lead it into here. And actually, if we clear a bit of the hill away here, possibly we could build like a little barn or something, or maybe build a barn right here, or some sort of like living area for them, because I feel like that would work quite well. So yeah, I'm thinking that's what we're gonna do. I'm thinking I'm also gonna shorten the hill down a bit, just because, although yes, I still want the hill in here, I don't want it to be this super steep hill. I kind of want it to be a bit more of like a gradual slope up, for two reasons. One, that I think will kind of look a bit nicer than like a super steep kind of hill, and it'll give them fewer options to jump off of and die. However, the main reason is it'll be a lot easier to build fences going up the hill if it's a kind of shallow hill and not a very steep one. Because steep ones, you tend to have, well, like we've kind of got like going up here, the fences staggered, I guess, a bit like that. But when you do it too much, it's like, you know, the top of that one will be down at like that block and stuff, and it looks kind of weird. But anyway, yeah, so we'll probably cut back in once I've kind of laid out the basic idea for the not the pathway, the fences, kind of got everything kind of rolling again. And yeah, I'll see you guys when we got that. All right, guys, so as you can see, a bit more work's been done, and actually, you know what? All right, guys, so as you can see, we've got a bit more work done. Well, you can't really, so you can see a tiny bit over here. I'm just gonna try and fill this dirt in real quick, because, flowers everywhere. Literally destroying my world and my creativity. How cruel of them. Anyway, if we kind of hop out here, you can see I've kind of dismantled the fences, and I have laid out the basic, well, frame of what's gonna be the Ceratosaurus area, I guess. So you can see I've like dragged it up to the top of the hill. It didn't quite go back there, but I feel like this is kind of good. We do have a bit of a weird area here, and I was wondering why it's being weird, and then I realized it's actually somewhat because, well, to be honest, this area just is not lined up well. That's like 2 blocks off. This area is like another block off. Like, it's just kind of mismatched all over the place. Anyway, so I want to go over a bit of like some of the stuff I've kind of got planned. So like I said, we're going to try and slope this hill out a bit more. I'm thinking we're going to bring a bit more of like a gradual slope over to this side, and then this side is probably going to be a bit more steep, but I might try and, again, graduate it a bit. Over here, like I said, I think we're going to build the... I did place all this, but I think I'm actually going to remove most of it in the end, just because I want to. But this right here, this little section is going to be where we build the kind of like little area they're going to have. Their shelter, I guess, where they'll be living. So that'll be that. And then we have like the little fence section there. I need to work on those rocks a bit. But anyway, yeah, like we're making some good progress here. I actually realized I do rather like the fence design I did for the Ceratosaurus. I mean, it's not a very good visibility fence, but it definitely works as like a high security kind of fence, like what you would expect something like this to be behind. So yeah, I guess when we get around to making other carnivore exhibits, and I think I even built, did I use this fence for the, can we even see the Dilophosaurus from all the way over here? We can. I did. I used the exact same fence design. So I guess, yeah, this is, I guess, kind of my carnivore fence, isn't it? I like it. I think it looks good. Anyway, yeah, so from here, I think the plan is basically just gonna be, I'm gonna try and drag the hill out, definitely shrink down that lake a bit. It's a bit too big, I think, and then try and get some more work done on the fences. So I will catch up with you guys when I've gotten a bit more of that done. All right, guys, so as you can see here, we've made a bit more progress since the last clip, since I last brought you guys in. Well, actually, funnily enough, you guys technically just saw me build this little slope here and this rock wall. However, my recording software decided it was not going to record anything, which is unfortunate. So I'm just gonna show you guys off what we did, what's happened since last clip, and then we'll do a bit more terrain work just to kind of show you guys a bit more of like what the plan is, what's happening, where it's going. Anyway, so as you can see, we have, well, all the fences are finished. You can see little dirt pillars where I kind of got up on top of the fences to, well, finish them. But for the most part, we've got the facade for the shelter, which I'm not really sure if I'm gonna keep. I might just kind of fill it in as, like, just put some blocks there so they can't get out, because I don't really know what I want to do with the shelter yet. I haven't really figured out the style. I was gonna go with this kind of like more, you know, modern kind of concrete style for the build, but I was also thinking, like, is that the style I want to do with other shelters that I want to build in the zoo, or is that just going to be this style for this one? And to be honest, the only other area of the park where I can really see me doing another modern style shelter is probably going to be the Raptor House, but the Raptor House is going to be way over somewhere else and not really connected to this, so I'm thinking we might switch that out for like a wooden kind of traditional kind of shelter we would do. Anyway, I might not build that this episode. That might be something I work on my own time later. Anyway, as you can see, we've kind of, again, I wish you guys had been able to see it because it was pretty good showing you guys how we were doing things, but we've got this nice gradual slope like I'd been saying. This nice gradual little slope that's going to be coming up to the top of the hill here. And then we've got like this somewhat flat area, and then it'll be basically the curve it is right now. That's what we're going to have here. And then we put in this nice little just rock face to kind of split the area up, make it look a bit less uniform, stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, that's the basic terrain of the enclosure. So yeah, I think we'll just work on kind of finishing up this smooth area of the hill. And actually, what I should do, that I kind of neglected to do, is I should really start kind of smoothing it out from like over here, so that way like I kind of get a good idea for what the final shape is going to be like when I'm kind of filling it in. I don't really want it connecting up to the iron bars themselves, so I'm just gonna, no. Kind of do that, mostly just so that way I don't have to connect it up to the fence. But anyway, I was gonna say, I mentioned, so like we've got dirt coming up right underneath the iron bars. And I don't typically do that, but I also kind of feel like with this exhibit, considering, like I've said, terrain-wise and like vegetation-wise, it'll probably be pretty similar to the Brachiosaurs. That means it'll be fairly dense. You won't really be looking at the fences whole ton. So I feel like doing something like that's a bit easier to get away with than it usually would be, just because there won't be a lot of sight lines for you to really see it. So I think that should work quite well. Anyway, we're just gonna kind of fill this in a bit more and kind of just finish up our little terrain piece here. I have to say, we'll hop up in a second so you guys can get a better view of this. But I have to say, I think this exhibit's looking a lot nicer than it used to. Like, I do think there's marked improvement here in terms of quality of exhibit. And let's just kind of throw some of that out, and we'll kind of just fill this in and fill these in so we shouldn't have to light anything else up under here, really. because I don't think a 1x1 can spawn anything. Maybe a baby zombie, I guess, but if baby zombies are spawning in there, that's kind of a minor issue, I'd say. Like, I don't really have to worry about baby zombies all the time. Anyway, so like that, there we go. We have our nice gradual kind of hill coming up here. So kind of look at it like this. You can see it's a very gentle slope. I don't think it translates over super well from like a down or like a ground level view. So let's go up on here from the path. And yep, there you go. There you get the nice smooth transition as it goes up the hill. And we might actually smooth out that area a bit more too, just kind of smoothing it out more. And then I might actually extend the rock wall over a bit farther here. Yeah, I'm really starting to like how this is looking. I think it's starting to look pretty good. It's just really coming all together, and I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, we definitely gotta, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this lake here, or the pond. Because on one hand, I do like keeping it, because ponds are kind of cool. They add an interesting like point to an exhibit, and I have ponds, and not every exhibit, but a lot of them have some sort of water feature in it. So part of me kind of wants to leave one in here, but on the other hand, I'd have to kind of figure out how it's gonna work. So we'll see what happens with it. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish up working on the landscaping, gonna get all the terrain done, and then we will come back and probably start putting some plants in here, and then bring the Ceratosaur back in, hatch another one or two in, and that'll probably be the episode. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right, guys, so we're back, and well, it's been about a day since the last few clips. Not much has changed in terms of the exhibit. I just finished up the rock wall, kind of finished smoothing out the grass, tidied up the lake, and then planted like 5 spruce trees. That's the majority of what I did here. And then I also made some Ceratosaurus eggs because I realized I didn't have any. So I had to make some bio goo, which means I'm realizing next episode, I was thinking it was going to be another dinosaur exhibit, but what next episode's probably going to be is building farms. Like a wheat farm, a cow farm, a sheep farm, chicken farm, stuff like that, because I need more stuff for these bio goos. Anyway, since it's been almost a day, well, it's the next day. It hasn't been like 24 hours since the last time I recorded. It's just the next day. So I kind of forgot some things. Although I did just remember, I think we put biofossil in the analyzer, so I want to go check and see if we did, because if we did, I want to see the DNA. And oh my gosh, is that our little mushroom? Hello, little mushroom. Hello, little cow. Y'all are very cute. Anyway, yeah, because that pitiful wheat farm ain't gonna do much. Anyway, if we head in here, I want to see, because we don't have anything left, so... Ooh, we got another Diplodocus. That's cool. Ankylosaurus, Plesio, Brachio, Crassigyrinus, Trike, Compy, Leopleurodon, Spino, Mosa. Just put some seeds in here for now. Okay, so I'll go put all these in cold storage real quick, and yeah. So, where is cold storage? I think, kind of want to take an episode to just work on the laboratory, in all honesty. And just kind of finish it, I guess, because, I don't know, the more I look at it, the more I realize, like, especially our culture vet area, it's not very good. Also, we have the dodo in here, and I haven't checked up on it in a while. Hello. He needs an exhibit. We're gonna have to build him something. So, I don't know when that'll happen. Anyway, what was it? So I haven't done much building since the last clip, like I said. And that mostly came down to the fact I had homework to work on, I had friends calling me up, so I ended up doing stuff with other people and having other projects I was working on. I think I took a break at one point. I think the break started because it's like I'd been building for a while, and I kind of got tired of building, so I decided I was just gonna sit down and paint some miniatures. And then that kind of took a lot longer than I was expecting, and then people were like, yo, Caden, let's do something. And then I did stuff with people, and then... oh gosh. Man, I really need to drink more water in the mornings. It's kind of ridiculous. Anyway, I kind of just decided, really, that we'll just kind of... I might just bone meal some trees real quick, but I think, in terms of what we're actually doing today, we've probably about done what I was kind of thinking we'd get done today. which again wasn't a ton, and I think I mentioned that. Like, well, actually, again, I say it's not a ton, but thinking about it in another sense, compared to the usual video format, which, I'm going to talk about that. So obviously this video is a bit of a different format than the usual format, which is just me sitting down and recording for 20 to 30 minutes, and that's an episode. I have to say, I like this format way more, in all honesty, guys, because it just, I don't know, it's a lot more chill. It's a lot easier to do because it's not me sitting down for 20 minutes trying to, come up with an episode idea, build the entire thing in 20 minutes, and maybe just getting like the Gastornis, just getting like the preliminary landscaping done, but none of the fences, none of the actual like plants or anything. So like nothing really gets done. But this format just allows me to build an entire exhibit in a single episode, which is awesome. Now granted, I think we will take more time for other exhibits, so it's like we still probably won't finish most exhibits in one episode, but I think for the most part, this is a lot nicer because, like, look at this. Like, in one episode, what did we do? We tore out all the plants. I need a door. I'm gonna have to steal one because I had to break one. So, do we have a craft table in here? Don't think we do, actually. Yeah, no, we don't. We just don't have a crafting table in here. I'll have to go down to the area. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so like we cleared out an exhibit, and that was a ton of trees too. We terraformed, we built fences, we got more stuff done. Like, we can actually hatch new animals in this episode. Like, I don't know, it's just kind of cool. It's cool to me that we're able to get so much done in an episode when I do it in this kind of style. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I do know, like, in terms of, I remember I held a poll for this. It wasn't the most popular option, but I think in the long run, it really will help the series out. It'll just kind of reduce the stress on me to put out like a whole new exhibit every single day. Because, I mean, if I take 2 to 3 days to make one video, I've got a lot of time to just kind of work on things, figure out what I like, what's going to work with the area. Because, I mean, even just with those trees, I mean, I'd love to do some custom trees in here. I probably won't do that today, just because I have some other stuff I kind of want to work on today, outside of YouTube. So, yeah, that probably won't happen. Plus, I still have other... Oh yeah, I already mentioned, like, I have to record the intro still. I haven't made the intro or anything. So I gotta do a fair amount of editing today and just stuff like that. And actually, will you just hop over the... Well, I don't want to try that, so I'm just kind of gonna pull you. No. This is This is problematic. No. Oh. Come on. Are you literally gonna require me to like pillar up? Okay, let's just... I can't believe this is how I'm essentially having to airlift a Ceratosaurus into its enclosure. We're gonna have to drop it in the lake, so it's a good thing I left part of the lake in there. I can't believe this is how I'm doing it. Like, literally, well, I guess this is kind of similar to how I had to get my Brachiosaurus back in. Oh, you're kidding. Okay, we're gonna have to use logs now. Oh my goodness, this is not what I was expecting to have to do. Okay, please don't, please. Okay, phew. I was gonna say, because I don't want to have to build back up here to get all this stuff. Oh, well, that was unexpected. What? I should make sure I know how far back I'm going. And now? Well, that was interesting, to say the least. We have our Ceratosaurus back in the enclosure. Tip, guys, make sure your dinosaurs are tamed to you, because if they aren't, you have problems like that. At least we did get it back in, so that's still pretty good, I guess. Should make sure we put a door back in, though, so that way it can't just, you know, get out that way, because that would also be problematic. Hello. Gonna just keep swimming, or are you gonna try and get back on some land, buddy? There you go. And it's nighttime already. Well, the exhibit's completely lit up, so we can just kind of pop the eggs down. Okay, so that'll be good. We'll have 3 Ceratosaurs again, which will be awesome. It's kind of crazy. I'm really happy with how this exhibit's turning out. So yeah, I did block off. I have to block up that window. I didn't even realize I did, because I put that there. Okay, so that's good. We'll come back through. Well, I say we'll come back through. I'll come back through probably off camera. I say off camera, between episodes, and come up with a better idea for the storage. Excuse me, I got the hiccups now. Not the storage house, the shelter for the Ceratosaurus. Because I kind of want to come up with a better idea, because I want something somewhat standardized, like a style I can use for all the exhibits. And I might actually go back to looking at an old park of mine, where I built this massive barn for a Triceratops. Also, I have to say, it's kind of weird having shaders right now. And you might be like, why is that, Caden? Don't you have shaders all the time in all the episodes? And I would be like, yes, that's true. I don't really play with shaders on, though, to be honest. I don't know, I love shaders, don't get me wrong, but I never play with them on. And I'm not really sure why that is. So maybe I should throw some more torches down around here. Just, you know, as a precaution, make sure nothing spawns, because I hate having to kill creepers in here. Also because sometimes the dinosaurs will attack the creepers, and I've lost velociraptors that way before in previous parks, because there'd be like a creeper, and then they jump on top of its head, and then the creeper would explode, killing my velociraptor, which was really annoying. I was not a fan of that. Ugh, stretch. Gotta do that mid-video stretch. I don't even know what part of the video this is. Mid-video, end of the video, who knows? Well, no, I feel like we'll probably put down some more trees real quick. And once we put down a few more trees, we'll probably call it here. Anyway, oh, that's a thing. That was something I meant to bring back. Sorry for cracking my knuckles on camera. What was it? We're gonna bring back dinosaur naming for the most part, except for a few animals probably, because there'll just be so many of them that I don't really want to name them. But for some animals, we will name them, such as the Ceratosaurus. If you guys want to give a name for that one, and these two, feel free to leave those in the comments below. I'm doing this again mostly because the dinosaurs aren't dying constantly anymore. Anyway. 1, 2. So we have a male and a female. So that actually replaces the ones we lost. It's kind of nice. All right, well, let's go sleep real quick, and then we'll plant in a few more trees, and I think that will be the episode. So, anyway, yeah, no, farms are something we need to do. I would, okay, this isn't going to be a project I do soon, but it's something I'll probably need to do before I do the raptor house, because that will require a lot of iron, I think. Similar to most of the buildings I want to do. But we should probably build an iron farm on this world at some point. An iron farm and well, we need a lot of other farms. Probably some sort of XP farm, a guardian farm. I do want a guardian farm actually, because I want to be able to get prismarine and sea lanterns, because I would love to use sea lanterns for stuff. Just I don't really know where a guardian farm is on this world. I know there's like websites and programs and stuff where you can like see the world seed and like where all the stuff on it is. I mean, we did find the stronghold, didn't we? Yeah, I still have a teleport for that. Speaking of which, wasn't that on a live stream? I think that was on a live stream. I think we killed the Ender Dragon on a live stream one day. I don't really remember. I feel like that was a while ago. But I'm pretty sure we've killed the... Well, I know we've killed the Ender Dragon. I should really get the Dragon Egg. I will say, though, it's kind of funny thinking about it now, because I think that's only the 3rd time I've actually killed the Ender Dragon in Minecraft, because, well, to be honest, I just never really do any of the end-related stuff. Oh, wait, we could totally get an Elytra, too. We totally should get an Elytra. Thinking about it now, I mean, like, imagine how useful that would be. I don't really want to use too much bone meal around here, plant too many trees, because I'm also like, I'd like to maybe come up with a custom design or two for some trees. I'd like to probably bring in some podzol, some coarse dirt, and some rocks to kind of make it a lot more interesting. But even this, like, this looks so much better than the old exhibit did. Let's actually get rid of that dirt real quick, because, you know, trying to make the exhibit look professional. You know, it's fine. We can have 1 dirt floating on there. That'll be okay. Anyway, I mean, I feel like even the walkway kind of looks a lot better now. There is one thing I might change up here, and that is try and get a curve to go here. But we'll see what I do. But anyway, brand new Ceratosaurus exhibit. That's actually super awesome. Oh, that's one last thing I want to mention real quick is I have a plant. I've had this idea for a long time. And the mod recently made this doable, and someone actually brought this up. Now that we have the Essence of Poisonous Potato, which if you give it to a dinosaur, whatever size they are, they won't grow past that size now. Which means we can do like a baby dinosaur petting zoo and like actually have baby dinosaurs in our exhibits. So like for some of the herbivore exhibits, probably like Triceratops or Diplodocus or Brachiosaurus, we can now just have baby dinosaurs in there. And I think that's really cool. Anyway, yeah, I think that's going to be the end of the episode today. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed this. I hope you're looking forward to more. And until next time, guys, see ya.